Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the NoDQ.com live recap of Monday Night Raw for Monday, September 20th, 2021, second week of Monday Night Football season, and let's just say WWE really stepped it up with Monday Night Raw tonight. We had a very eventful show, a lot to discuss, so let's get right down to it. We kicked off Raw with a recap of last week. Big E, of course, cashing in Money in the Bank and becoming the new WWE Champion. We had Big E, along with a reunited New Day, come down to the ring for a red carpet celebration. Big E did an intro for everybody. Crowd chanted, "You deserve it." Big E thanked everybody, whether they chanted "New Day rocks" or "New Day sucks." He's grateful to everybody below the heavens and also somebody above, which was a reference to the late Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee. Crowd understood the reference, chanted Brody. Wonder how Vince felt about the crowd chanting Brody instead of Luke. Big E said that Raw is their show and they will send the Bloodline packing. This led to the Bloodline arriving, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Paul Heyman. WWE announced the match over the weekend, Bloodline versus New Day on Monday Night Raw, and we kicked off Raw with this match. Six-man tag team match, good speech by Big E, and we went right into the match, which some people thought we were going to have at Survivor Series, but instead, whether it's AEW or Monday Night Football, maybe a combination of both, we got this match right here on Monday Night Raw. Very good match to open up the show. Roman took out Kofi Kingston early in the match, threw him over the announce table, and then Kofi was beat down for a while, but eventually Kofi tagged out to Big E. We got Big E and Roman Reigns going at it for a while. They traded blows. Big E got the upper hand for a bit. But then Jay got on the apron. That helped give Reigns the advantage. Big E eventually made a comeback, tagged Kofi back in, and Kofi hit a dive to the Usos. Xavier Woods tagged back in. Reigns then hit a Superman punch to Big E. Xavier got a near fall on Reigns. Then Bobby Lashley ran down, pissed off about losing his WWE title. He ran down, he speared Big E, he threw Kofi into the ring post, and then he attacked the Usos for good measure. Back in the ring, Reigns took advantage of a distracted Xavier Woods, hit the spear, scored the 1-2-3 victory, and then after the match was over, Lashley speared Big E through the ringside barricade. All hell broke loose right in the beginning segment of Monday Night Raw. Really good angle here with Lashley coming down at the end, laying waste to everybody. No MVP, by the way. And TJS says, why was there not a DQ? Because Lashley did not attack any of the legal men in the match. Therefore, it doesn't count. I don't know what else to tell you about that one. It's a silly rule, but yeah, technically if you do not attack the legal person, you can attack them. Anyways, after this match, and by the way, Drew McIntyre was not on the show because he's still in the UK, I believe. WWE did several shows over in the UK the past several days, and that's where he's been. Just wanted to make sure that that was clear. Backstage, we had Bobby Lashley confronting Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. Said he's not done with Big E. He said he can beat both Big E and Roman Reigns on any given day. Then backstage, we had Matt Riddle with Randy Orton, and Riddle talked about making Spotify playlists for them. He tried to motivate Orton after Orton lost to Lashley last week. Started telling this safari story, and Orton just wanted Riddle to focus on Omos because Riddle had a match against AJ Styles, and with Omos out there, Orton needed Riddle to counteract that. Orton did admit that Riddle's headphones are pretty cool, and then Riddle was all happy about this and started singing Orton's theme song. We had Eva Marie versus Doudrop, which was a rematch from last week's show because, you know, you always got to do the rematches for no good reason. Eva Marie got on the mic, said she's not going to body shame Eva Marie's not going to body shame Doudrop, but Eva Marie said, take a look at her, take a look at Doudrop. Doudrop is a mess, and girls like Doudrop can never be women like Eva Marie. In other words, making fun of her weight without actually saying it. So, yeah. Anyways, match began. Eva Marie quickly ducked to the outside. Doudrop eventually caught her and made short work of her. Pretty much a repeat of last week. Basically a squash match. Doudrop got the win. Not much to say about it. You saw it last week. Not much different except for the insults from Eva Marie before the match. And this was probably the weakest part of Raw, honestly. We'll get to some of the other moments that were maybe questionable, but yeah, this was probably the worst the show got this week. Backstage, we had Big E confronting Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, saying that he wants the triple threat match against Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. And then after the commercial, Paul Heyman wasn't too thrilled about this, but Sonya Deville said, yes, there will be a triple threat match. There you have it. Main event for Raw. A match that could have been on a pay-per-view. Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley versus Big E in a triple threat match. Very interesting that WWE would put this match as the main event. I mean, it's plainly clear that they went into this show trying to keep that audience up, not just with Monday Night Football, but also, you know, all the news about AEW and the 18 to 49 demo. It's pretty clear they really made an effort this week to get those numbers up, and we'll see what they are pretty soon. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Says, imagine Eva Marie and Nia Jax joining forces. Well, I have no comment on that one. I definitely have no interest in seeing that, and that's all I have to say about that. Shame on you for even joking about that. We had Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. Omos interfered early on. He grabbed Orton's leg. Referee banned Omos from ringside. Riddle did the goodbye song, and then Omos just uppercutted Riddle before taking his leave. Styles attacked Orton from behind, went after the leg. Match went back and forth for a while. Good match here between these guys. Orton's eye got cut at one point. Orton ended up making a comeback, busting out Riddle's suplexes, and Riddle was on the outside very happy. Styles went for the phenomenal forearm, but managed to stop himself because Orton was going to hit the RKO. And then Orton grabbed Styles, hit the draping DDT instead, and then finished off Styles with an RKO. Nice match here between these two. Good stuff. Hamp Connell with a $2 super chat says, they should join forces. Call them the unemployed. Well, thank you for the super chat, Hamp, and I don't know if that's going to happen with either of them anytime soon, although you have to wonder. I saw a comment, why was Eva Marie brought back? Your guess is as good as mine. I guess she called up Vince and something happened. We had a Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax video package to set up their match. I'm a little surprised that this was thrown on Raw and not the pay-per-view. But then again, this just goes to show what the priorities are right now. It's not about the pay-per-views. It's about getting those TV numbers up. And Extreme Rules, let's face it, it's not a priority. No extreme matches for this pay-per-view, at least as of tonight. Maybe they'll add a couple of stipulations on Friday, but yeah. We have like 5 matches announced, all of them just standard matches. No Extreme Rules or anything on a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules. Anyways, I enjoyed this match with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. It wasn't very long, but it was fun. They were trash talking, shoving each other, trading blows back and forth. Shayna then got in some knee strikes and put the clutch on. However, Nia Jax powered out of it. She ended up falling back, slamming Nia to the mat, but Nia slammed Shayna to the mat to try and break the clutch, but Shayna held on to it, and Nia Jax eventually passed out. Shayna Baszler picked up a win. How about that? And there was more. After the match was over, Shayna continued to attack Nia, stuck Nia's hand in the steps and stomped on the hand. And then Nia started begging Shayna for mercy, but Shayna just kept going. Shayna stomped on the hand again. Nia started shrieking in pain. I thought this was great. I thought this angle was really well done to try and build up Shayna Baszler again. Don't know if Nia's being written off TV for a while, but this certainly felt like maybe the end. They're not going to have a quick follow-up to this. Maybe Nia gets drafted to SmackDown, but I liked it. I liked the match. I liked the post-match. Good stuff here. And Atomic Cody says, I kept forgetting that Extreme Rules was this Sunday. Yeah, it is this Sunday. We had Ali and Mansoor against Humberto and Angel Garza. Yes, Humberto and Angel are officially a tag team. I guess Humberto is turning heel. They talked about how they are cousins, and I think that this was long overdue. Humberto already showed some potential as a heel. He was smirking and talking about how good looking he is. He was showboating. I think this was absolutely what needed to be done with Humberto and Garza for that matter. Put them in a tag team, gives them a new lease on life. I like it. And they picked up the win here. They scored the victory. They worked together, double teamed Ali and scored the pinfall victory. I like the team. I think it has a lot of potential. Ali and Mansoor lose again, but you know what? You got that Saudi Arabia show coming up, and I suspect they'll get a big win at that event. The game is on 100 with the $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, Nia Jax got what she deserved, LOL. Well, I mean, Shayna, of the two of them, I think, has more potential, although it kind of got squandered over the past year and a half. But Nia Jax, I don't know what to say about her. I thought she had potential too, and I think WWE booking messed with her character several years ago. I mean, going back to like 2016. And then, of course, all the incidents like with Kairi Sane, the injuries. Hamp Connell with a $5 super chat. Thank you for that, Hamp. I appreciate it. Says, Extreme Rules needs to go as far as a name. Hasn't been Extreme in years, and I guess since they already got their money from Peacock, they do not care. I'm with you on that. I've been saying this for the longest time. Get rid of the themed pay-per-views. No need for them. It just isn't necessary. And you can put together stipulation matches when the situation actually calls for one, instead of just saying, oh, we have a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules, we need extreme matches. Oh, we have a pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell, we need Hell in a Cell matches. And TJS reminded me that Ric Flair was taken out of the WWE intro. And by the way, Ric Flair did issue not one but two statements regarding the allegations made against him. Check those out over at NoDQ.com. Back to Raw, we had Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley come out for a match for the tag team titles against Natalya and Tamina. Before the match, they cut this promo on the stage about Connor's cure. Rhea Ripley started getting choked up and she was having trouble getting her lines out, but she did get through it, and they dedicated their match to the kids, which was all but a guarantee that we were getting a title change here. I mean, when you start to dedicate your match to Connor's cure and the kids, you know there's going to be a title change. They're not going to do anything screwy. So sure enough, we had the tag title match, and unfortunately, it was really short and there wasn't a lot of crowd heat. I wish they had done this at the pay-per-view. Like, just have them come out for the promo and say, this Sunday we're dedicating our match to the kids. I would have done this on the pay-per-view, but, you know, again, it's not a priority, the pay-per-view. They're trying to get the Raw numbers up, so hot shot a tag team title change on Raw. That's pretty much what happened here. Short match. Tamina hit a Samoan drop, but then went for a splash, and Nikki got her knees up. On the outside of the ring, Rhea hit a riptide to Tamina on the apron, and then back in the ring, Nikki pinned Natalya with an inside cradle, so not even an actual finishing move, just an inside cradle. I would have liked to have seen a longer match, preferably on the pay-per-view, but the titles needed to get off of Tamina and Natalya. Like, that reign was pretty lackluster. Mercifully, it's over. Although I feel bad for Shotzi and Tegan. Where's their title shot? They beat the champs and they never got their opportunity. So, whatever. And I think Shotzi was even trending on Twitter because of this. We had the Alexa Bliss Playground. That would be an interesting name for a segment, a playground. The Alexa Bliss Playground. She introduced her special guest, the person she's challenging for the Raw Women's title on Sunday, Charlotte Flair. Alexa said she just wants to have a fun girls' night out. And Charlotte did not have Charlie out there. Alexa said she did bring Charlie because she knew Charlotte wasn't going to. There was a Charlie chant. Crowd loves that doll for some reason. Charlotte started cutting a promo talking about how she wants the old Alexa Bliss back, the 5 feet of fury. Said that Alexa is broken, hides behind the doll. The doll is more popular than Alexa, yada, yada, yada. Gonna beat some sense into Alexa. And then Alexa responded by saying Charlotte has won a lot of titles, but has also lost a lot of titles. And without a title, who is Charlotte Flair? The woo is not even hers. And then Charlotte was like, let's not talk about originality, which I guess was a reference to Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss basically stealing that gimmick. And Alexa finished by saying that at Extreme Rules, Charlotte will be calling Alexa the champion. Charlotte pie-faced her. A fight broke out. Charlotte hit a big boot. Ripped the head off of Charlie, which actually did not get much of a reaction. And then Charlotte went to grab Lily and do the same thing, but then Alexa hit her with a DDT and got Lily to safety. Segment was okay, but kind of rough. And while the crowd did chant for Charlie, the brawl was a bit awkward in my opinion. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, bring back Reverend Devon for the playground. There you go. I like what you're thinking. I was wondering if they were going to reference Ric Flair. Like, I kept thinking, are they going to go there? Are they going to make a Ric Flair reference? But nope, did not reference him. And like I said, He was removed from the Woo was removed from the signature opening. The Car Shield commercial still aired, though, despite the report that the campaign was going to be paused for the time being. We had a quick 24/7 title segment. Drake Maverick with R-Truth and Drew Gulak and Tozawa. Drake had a chart, Operation 24/7. They were going to drop a net on Reggie, but there was a miscommunication, and the net got dropped on Gulak. And you had Reggie jumping up on platforms and making his escape yet again. We had Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus with Damian Priest on commentary, and the stipulation for this match was that if Jeff Hardy won, he would be added to the U.S. title match on Sunday, and it would become a triple threat match. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, seriously, will Charlotte ever change her gimmick? She might. If she's smart, she'll evolve. That's what all the great characters do. They always change things up and reinvent themselves. Time will tell with Charlotte. So yeah, Sheamus ripped off his mask early on in the match, was controlling things with Jeff Hardy. Jeff eventually made his comeback, and Sheamus got his nose, I guess, busted open again. He was bleeding, and Hardy dodged a bro kick, hit the twist of fate, went for the swanton, but Sheamus got his knees up. Sheamus then picked up Hardy to try to finish him off, but then Hardy got Sheamus in a pinning situation. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Hardy defeated Sheamus, meaning we will have a triple threat match on Sunday. Hardy versus Sheamus versus the champion, Damian Priest. After the match was over, Sheamus blamed it on Priest. A fight broke out between them, and officials ran down to break things up. I'm fine with it being a triple threat. I know people are tired of all the triple threat matches, but I prefer a triple threat over another Sheamus versus Priest match. So I think it's an improvement. We had Roman Reigns storming to the ring for the main event of the evening, a triple threat match. Could have headlined a pay-per-view. Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley, the former WWE champion, and the current WWE champion, Big E Langston. And again, no MVP out there with Lashley. MVP had knee surgery this week. He's out of commission for a while. Big E ran down to the ring to try and get his hands on Lashley. They fought for a while. Reigns ended up coming in with a sneak attack drive-by onto Big E, and then match went each direction. Each person got control for a while. Very competitive match between these guys. They did the Tower of Doom spot at one point, and then Big E got both guys, did a double splash, hit the big ending to Reigns, but Lashley then pulled Big E out of the ring. Lashley slammed Big E through the announce table, and then back in the ring, Reigns hit a Superman punch to Lashley. Lashley kicked out. Crowd started chanting, "This is awesome." Lashley beat Reigns to the punch when it came to a spear, but then Big E broke up the pinfall attempt. Lashley went for the hurt lock, but got hit with a Superman punch. Big E came in, hit another big ending to Reigns, but Lashley grabbed a steel chair, used the chair repeatedly on Big E. Maybe we're getting a chairs match on Sunday. Oh boy. And then Reigns hit Lashley with a spear, and Lashley got pinned 2 weeks in a row. Roman Reigns won not once, but twice to end Monday Night Raw. Clearly, SmackDown is the A show and Raw is inferior. Roman Reigns bringing Raw to the island of relevancy. It is what it is, I guess. I would not have minded Roman taking a loss here, by the way. Match was awesome. Match was fantastic. Pay-per-view quality. I was kind of hoping to see Reigns get pinned. More so by Big E, but if Lashley got the pin, I would have liked that. I think Reigns would have been okay taking a loss here. We all know Reigns is beating Finn Balor, so why not try to elevate Big E a little bit more, or elevate Lashley and set up a future match against Roman Reigns. So, yeah, I guess I'm fine with Reigns winning, but in the end, it clearly shows that SmackDown is the A show, which we already know, but I think it would have helped the other guys more. Reigns did not need the win. My take on it, I'm sure Virtue was thrilled that Roman Reigns won. He's been chatting about Roman all night here. Jeff Meacham sent in a $5 super chat. Says, definitely an improvement on this week's Raw. Looking forward to talking about it and all the latest news coming up next. So there's Jeff's cheap plug. Jeff will be talking about Raw as soon as I go off the air here. If you guys want to have some more discussion, head over to Jeff's stream. This was probably the best Raw of the year. Crowd was okay, not a great crowd, but they were into the main event. I mean, the main event was really good, so you would expect them to get into it. But it wasn't like a top-tier crowd. Few things I didn't like. The Dewdrop Eva Marie stuff. The match was just a repeat of last week. And then the Charlotte Alexa thing, it was okay. But all in all, great Raw. And I rarely say that. I am giving the show an A- this week. Best Raw of the year. Don't think they're going to be able to keep up the momentum. I mean, they more or less blew their load this week. But hey, it was a really fun show. You had a pay-per-view quality main event. The 6-man tag was really good. And the show overall was pretty entertaining from start to finish. It actually felt like it went by quickly, which I rarely say about Raw. So let's see what you guys thought. In the poll, Raw got 29% A, 44% B, 15% C, and 12% D. So it looks like I overrated Raw a little bit based off of the poll results, because the majority of you gave it a B. I'm going A-. Best Raw of the year. So I got to put it up there. It was not a perfect show, but it was pretty damn strong. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, it was a great show because of no Karrion Kross. Well, there was a video package. I think I forgot to mention that there was a Karrion Kross video package. So they are continuing to acknowledge his existence. Let's see what some of you thought as far as the letter grade went. Joey Perez said C+ is my grade. Wow. Main event and opening is good, but rest was meh. Jeff Meacham said B in the poll, but he agrees A- tonight. Well, I must have really influenced Jeff's opinion. Paid Enthusiast, I like that username, says, Raw was an 8 out of 10. I can't believe it either. Michael Wayne gives it a B+, and Atomic Cody with a B+. Mark Del Rio says A+, best episode I've seen. I would not go that far, but it was a pretty great Raw. TJS says thoughts on Keith Bearcat Lee. Is that some kind of North Carolina reference? Like, I thought like they just said that. Apparently when Keith Lee had his dark match, they called him Keith Bearcat Lee. And I was wondering if that was some kind of reference to North Carolina or something. If they call him that again next week, then he's in trouble. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for your viewership and support. Again, stay tuned to NoDQ.com. A lot of news coming out of Raw. Find out the latest about Ric Flair. NoDQ.com for all that. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your week. And I will see you all next time.